Gentrification in St. Louis, how neighborhoods like the Grove, Cherokee Street, and North City are changing. In St. Louis, like in many other cities, neighborhoods are changing. This change, called gentrification, happens when wealthier people move into a neighborhood and the prices of homes and services rise. While this can make an area look better, it can also push out the people who have lived there for a long time. In this reading, we will explore how neighborhoods like the Grove, Cherokee Street, and parts of North City in St. Louis are going through gentrification and what it means for the people who live there. What is gentrification? Gentrification happens when wealthier people move into an area where lower-income people have lived for a long time. As the wealthier people move in, the prices of homes and rent go up. Businesses that cater to wealthier people, like fancy restaurants and coffee shops, start opening. At the same time, long-time residents may not be able to afford the rising prices, and they may be forced to move out of their own neighborhood. Gentrification is not just about money, it's also about culture. As wealthier people move in, the culture of the neighborhood changes. The kinds of stores, restaurants, and activities available might not be the same anymore. The people who have lived in the neighborhood for a long time might feel like they don't belong anymore because the area is changing so much. The Grove, from neighborhood to trendy hotspot. One neighborhood in St. Louis that has gone through gentrification is the Grove. The Grove used to be a working-class neighborhood with small homes and local businesses. Over the years, the area has changed. New restaurants, bars, and stores have opened. Young people, especially those with higher incomes, started moving into the area. As more people moved into the Grove, rent and home prices began to rise. This change has made it harder for some people who have lived in the Grove for a long time to stay. Some older residents are moving out because they can't afford the higher prices. Meanwhile, new businesses are opening, attracting even more people who want to live in a trendy, up-and-coming neighborhood. The Grove has gone from a quiet residential area to a busy, popular place to hang out and live. While some people enjoy the changes, others worry that long-time residents are being pushed out. People who have lived in the neighborhood for decades might feel left behind as their homes and businesses become too expensive for them to afford. Cherokee Street, the changing face of a historic area. Another area in St. Louis going through gentrification is Cherokee Street, known for its history and culture. Cherokee Street has a rich mix of Mexican-American, Black, and other communities. It has many locally owned shops, restaurants, and markets. However, as new businesses and developers start to move in, the neighborhood is changing. The introduction of new shops and restaurants catering to wealthier customers has raised property values. With the rise in property values, rent has gone up, and some of the long-time business owners can no longer afford to stay. The character of Cherokee Street, which once felt like a close-knit, culturally diverse community, is starting to feel different. While many people who move into the area love the new stores and restaurants, some of the people who have lived there for years feel like they are losing the neighborhood they once knew. They worry that the changes will push out people who helped make the neighborhood what it is today. North City, struggling to keep up. Parts of North City in St. Louis, an area that has faced economic challenges for many years, are also experiencing gentrification. North City has many older homes and has struggled with poverty and lack of investment for a long time. However, in recent years, parts of North City have started to attract new residents and businesses. As the area becomes more popular, the prices of homes and apartments are going up. While some people see this as a positive change, others are concerned that gentrification could make things harder for the people who have lived in North City for a long time. For example, rising rent could cause people to lose their homes. Some people are worried that gentrification could change the character of North City in ways that hurt the people who live there. Pros and cons of gentrification. Gentrification can bring both positive and negative changes to neighborhoods. Let's take a look at some of the pros and cons of gentrification. Pros: improved neighborhoods. Gentrification can lead to better roads, cleaner streets, and new businesses, which can improve the quality of life for everyone. More jobs. As new businesses move into a neighborhood, they may create jobs for local residents. This can help people find work and boost the economy. Higher property values. Homeowners in a gentrified neighborhood may see the value of their homes increase, which could lead to a profit if they decide to sell. Cons: rising rent and property prices. As more people move into a neighborhood, rent and property prices go up. This can force longtime residents to move out because they can no longer afford to live there. Cultural changes. The new businesses and people moving into the neighborhood may change the culture and identity of the area, which can make some people feel like they don't belong anymore. Displacement of longtime residents. When neighborhoods gentrify, some people are forced to leave because they can't afford the rising costs of living. This can break up communities and force people to move away from the area they've lived in for years. What can be done? Gentrification is a complex issue, and there is no easy solution. However, there are ways that cities can try to make sure that people don't get pushed out of their neighborhoods. For example, the city can work to create affordable housing options so that people who have lived in a neighborhood for a long time can still afford to stay. Cities can also make sure that new businesses support the existing community and don't only cater to wealthier people. Some people are calling for policies that protect renters and small business owners from being pushed out by gentrification. Others are asking for more investment in neighborhoods that need help without forcing people out. Gentrification is a part of life in many cities, including St. Louis. As neighborhoods like The Grove, Cherokee Street, and North City change, it's important to think about how to balance the benefits of new investment with the needs of the people who live there.